111, Osei Kufuor. I'm back at y'all again. It's good to be back up. I'm coming to talk about uranium because this chemical is very important. A lot of us look at uranium and think that this is a negative type of chemical that distributes energy, negative energy. Now, they call uranium the evil chemical. That's what the government call it. But remember, whenever they call something evil, you got to go back and do the research, and I did that research. Now, Obama just got back from Antarctica. He had a secret meeting in Antarctica with a few of the popes there, right? Now, they're trying to say that the two churches emerged from each other and then they split, closed down some contracts, but that's not true. Now, they have facilities in Antarctica today where they grow most of your governmental officials by way of test tubing. This is called the Pegasus Project. Many of you heard me talk about the Pegasus Project in the past. Now, the reason why they call this uranium negative, I'm going to go back to the Pegasus Project, but the reason why they call this uranium negative is because it has the atomic of 92. Atomic 92. Think about it. Atomic 92. Your melanin is a high form of carbon that they use to create the atomic bomb. They use your DNA to create the atomic bomb. You have weaponry inside of your DNA. Now, uranium, what does this have to do with uranium? Because uranium is that type of carbon which is inside of the diagram of your melanin. This is what makes us different from Europeans. Europeans have carbon, but they don't have uranium, this form of uranium, in their carbon. So in order for us not to explode, or to change their weather, or to manipulate global warming, which we are causing, they have to put us under a certain frequency of emotion, which is fear, which brings down the temperature. We control the thermostat of the universe by way of this emission of this certain paradigm shift that lifts up this uranium inside of our DNA, or inside of our melanin. Now, you have uranium, and then you have depleted uranium. Depleted uranium is a processed energy that they create using our DNA as well. This is what they put inside of these test tube babies that they are creating inside of Antarctica. Obama goes to Antarctica on a regular basis. Most of your representatives go to Antarctica on a regular basis to proceed to meet with certain beings and entities that live within this hollow earth. And this hollow earth is not a theory. When you study the hollow earth, it's in the form or diagram of an eye. A distinct eye. And the same eye that I'm talking about is the same eye that you have in the middle of your head. So not only is it true physically, but metaphysically it is true because the hollow earth is actually a depiction of you, black people, so-called black people. Oh yeah. Your third eye has a facility in it that is producing a civilization. The third eye that they are in physically, which is Antarctica, is producing a civilization of clone civilizations. And they are saying that they want these clones to be able to inhabit the top of the earth where we live by 2020. So most of us have clones walking around us right now and don't even know. Now, this uranium, when it comes to the thermostat of the universe, right now we are in a shift, and there are 22 moons that is coming in. And these 22 moons is going to activate this uranium in our DNA. These people know this. This is why Hitler has a whole civilization in Antarctica. It's called the Shrill civilization or organization. Look at, I don't know the exact spelling of it. I think it's SVRILL or BRILL. It's called the Shrill Society or the Vril Society. Look it up. And these Nazis that Hitler was a part of was not human beings, nor were they mankind. These were genetically modified species that was grown by way of test tubes inside of Antarctica and facilities and military facilities that they have when they are actually carrying out the Pegasus Project. They are using the part of the earth that mirrors your third eye to try to build civilizations in your mind by way of certain societies that is planting, or scientists that is in these societies that is planting certain things and satellites in the earth. This is why they have to attack us, because we are energy beings. We are the only people with electricity flowing through every area and every portal of our body. And this electricity is actually bringing in and taking information into the universal womb. And the universal womb acts just like the black woman. Why? Because it produces civilizations of entities that has correlations with other beings inside of the constellations of Orion. We are inside of all of the star systems. Most of us don't have bloodlines in the star systems. Most of us have bloodlines within the moon systems. Some of us are moon people. Some of us are star people. Some of us are sun beings. You get what I'm saying? So we are in the underworld right now, going to war. We just don't know it because we are stuck in the physical body. And anytime you are in the physical body, it's just like a computer with a virus. You are downloading information. And right now you have software coming from the constellations of Orion that is now being downloaded into your body to get rid of this virus. And now once you leave this body, you're going to be giving birth into a body of intelligence in the underworld to finish off your war before you came here. Do you get what I'm saying? They try to call that civilization, Antarctica, hell. The inner earth, hell. Why? Because anything dealing with hell is dealing with you. Anything dealing with Satan or Lucifer is dealing with you. You are the Damien. You are the demon. A lot of people are not going to be able to digest this. Everything that they name that is a benefit to the universe, they call it evil so that they can keep you away from it. Uranium, they call it the evil component or the evil chemical. Right? They call Lucifer evil, which is the mark of the beast, 666. You have 6 electrons, 6 protons, 6 neutrons. That's your carbon, that's your melanin. You get what I'm saying? So, now that we've established this, it's time for us to start opening our eyes and looking not only through these lenses, but through these lenses here. Because there's things going on. And we are so focused on people, so-called black leaders, to lead us into liberation. These people cannot lead you into your liberation. You have to lead your own self into your own liberation. For an example, you have George Soros. I know I've said this plenty of times, but George Soros, he's funding the majority of black organizations. Black Lives Matter. Farrakhan just said that, Hillary Clinton is an evil woman, which I agree. I agree with that 1,000,000%. But again, y'all, they got to put the mask on in order to carry out the agenda of the people that they are in opposition to, right? So when he's talking about Hillary Clinton, but he's telling you to vote for her, but be smart when you vote for her, that's psychologically playing on your intelligence. So if she's an evil woman, but then you telling your people to still go and vote for her, but be smart when you vote for her, how can you be smart and still vote for somebody who's evil? Somebody who voted on the 3 strikes you out. The reason why majority of our people is locked up today. She called us all type of ignorant people. We needed to be coming to a hill. She said that we needed to come to a hill. But you still out here voting for Hillary Clinton. I'm not into the jurisdiction of politics, but at the same time, you have to listen to your so-called leaders. Because the majority of them today are sold out. And I'm not saying this to down people in the Nation of Islam. You have to feel what I'm talking about. Don't hear what I'm talking about. Feel where I'm coming from. Because again, George Soros just gave $720,000 to the Black Lives Matter movement. And Farrakhan turned around and said that the Black Lives Matter gave it to her as if he was giving them props. Not only that, he's for the liberals. So if George Soros is in favor of the liberals, right, and y'all in favor of the liberals, voting for the liberals, such as Obama and them, who do you think is giving them money? These people want you to create a race war so they can start throwing you into these FEMA camps. The FEMA has started already. Don't wait. It's already started. Again, they've been snatching our people. They've been snatching our children. But the majority of the body snatching is going on in the military. You think you're going over there to fight for a country, but you're really going over there and they're experimenting on you. Part of you is not coming back, and you're not conscious of this. This is why when you go into the military, you have to take all of these physicals. Because they can remote view your consciousness and break you down and make you think that you are still conscious of yourself when you're really not. They shoot you up with these needles. You don't even know what's inside of your food. Satellites is as big as a grain of sand. So you might be digesting satellites into your body, and next thing you know, they're cutting on these satellites, and now you're hearing voices in your head. Voice to skull, look it up. It's called voice to skull. Right? Remote neural monitoring, RMN. It's called remote neural monitoring. They do this in the military. And then they send our people back out here. And they remote view through their eyes. They can see everything that you see through your physical eyes. They can hear everything that you hear through your physical ears. They can see everything that you dream in your subconscious. But the thing is, they can't go to your seventh gate. Your seventh gate is your seventh chakra. This is your dream world. This is your reality. This is where your REM is actually taking the civilizations of your new melanin. This is where you go to when you dream. Everybody don't dream. All right? So it's time to be careful. Be your own leader. Nobody can lead you but you. You came out of your mother's womb by yourself. You didn't come out your mother's womb with Al Sharpton. You didn't come out your mother's womb with Jesse Jackson. You didn't come out your mother's womb with Farrakhan or T.D. Jakes. Right? How come there's so much focus on race? How come there's so much focus on race? Why do we have to have race? The birds don't see black and white. You don't see crows and eagles calling each other racist, but they're birds. Right? They don't have politics. They don't have laws that they vote on. Correct? We are the only people in civilization today that has to utilize the system of another man to think that we could be liberated through this system, when that's not actually true. That's not natural. That's all of the... See, when the Moors teaching about natural laws, let's teach them about spiritual laws. Because if you spiritual, then spiritual laws goes into the hand in hand with natural laws. And once you know this, then you wouldn't have to follow nobody but yourself. There's no such thing as you not having justice. Who said that you didn't have justice? The person who created justice told you that you don't have justice. And that was the white man. Why? Because it's an English word. It's an English language. That's the frequency of the European. So therefore, why would you need justice in order to survive? The birds don't need justice. The crows don't need justice. The lions don't need justice. We're the only people crying for something that's another man made up. The man made up the word justice, and now they got y'all all emotional off of justice. Y'all talking about now y'all need freedom. Why you can't give yourself freedom? Why you have to go into a physical system to get physical laws voted in for you to have freedom? You had freedom when you came from between your mother's legs. She gave you freedom. Nobody can take that away from you. So with that much said, Black Science TV 111, Osei Kufuor, I'm out. Peace.